Hey man, I just thought of something I want to talk to you about real quick. Um, I thought it'd be a neat thing to discuss. So, lately I just restarted playing basketball on a semi-organized. I mean, it's pretty organized league. Um, it's not like comp by any means. Kind of wish it was, but anywho, I'm noticing something that I wasn't necessarily prepared for, and that is that I have been conditioned to be in a very constant flight or fight mode during basketball season. And what I mean by that is I used to play high school ball in ninth and 10th grade, and especially in 10th grade. It was the case in ninth, but in 10th grade, my anxiety level was okay. No, it was this way in ninth grade too. But like my anxiety baseline for everyday life was up here already. It was high, right? And games would occur and my anxiety level would skyrocket. And I was very nervous and very anxious. And of course, I was new to basketball when I was playing in those days, so that's fair. But I feel like I'm well seasoned at this point, and it's also like more of a rec type of atmosphere, or at least it should be. Our first game wasn't, I'll tell you that. But anywho, what's interesting is after the game, and I had a pretty good game, dude. And I don't need to talk about it because I need to stop thinking about it already. It's Thursday, dang it. But after the game, I was incapable of cooling down. So I had a extremely difficult time cooling off and slowing down from this game. In fact, all I've thought about for the last 3 days has been basketball. And it got me thinking. Now, I'm doing much better. I've had to do a lot of introspection and I'm making some like game plans to combat this, right? Because it's out of anxiety. Um, it really is out of anxiety because I've been conditioned this way. Basketball was 3 hours a day, every single day, 2 games a week, and is all I thought about those 2 years. So now it's like I'm conditioned to be back into it, but it's a very different atmosphere now, and I don't need to be thinking that way. Anywho, it got me thinking. I'm not tied to what I do. So I'm not, as a human being or as a character, the things that I do don't define me very well. Um, and I know people will tell you that all the time, but like think about it, okay? Like we convince ourselves of these things, like identity, right? Identity is huge in self improvement. When you're trying to reshape your life or your um, self control, or I don't know, just improve on something, you have to reshape your identity. But identity is interesting and very um, what's the word? Transparent. No, what's the word? Elusive. There you go. Elusive. Um, because I'm not a basketball player, or am I? I play basketball a decent bit, right? I don't play on a high school team anymore, so I don't play official basketball. I don't play real basketball, right? And I don't practice for 3 hours a day with a team, and I don't play 2 games a week, and I don't travel to go fight against other schools, right? So that's not who I am. Yes and no. Um, especially not now. Especially like now, maybe you could have argued that 2 years ago, but not anymore. And I still think of myself that way, or I was. Like today, I feel like myself again, but it was so bizarre, man. I was back in 10th grade. Like I was back there. And I think that says a lot about how we see ourselves and the way it controls us. Oh, 1 second. Okay, I had an alarm. Anywho, um, I just thought that was interesting and something to reflect on for sure because uh, a basketball like player, and when I say basketball player, I want you to think the most stereotypical basketball player possible. And that's not me whatsoever in any way. Um, and more importantly, I also have a bad habit of thinking of people in such terms, right? Like defining them, stereotyping and whatnot. You know, it's something that like my brain does, and I know many people's brains do. So, but just something to reflect on, because I haven't been feeling myself until today when I, was like, holy crap, me is not the person who thinks about basketball all day, every day, and what he could have done better and what he needs to do and what he needs to worry about in the team. That's not me. Because I am the person, okay, there's a difference between the things we do and our habits, okay, or our practices. Basketball is an activity I do. The real me is very focused. The real me did yoga this morning. The real me took a cold shower this morning. The real me was very loving and present today. And I haven't been like that these last couple days. I've been very preoccupied. And, my dog. But, I thought that was very interesting. Like, I feel like myself again. Because I had to shift my focus. The real me likes to learn and likes to work. That's why I like making these videos. Something to think about for sure. I was placing this dog. I'm about to skew her up, make some barbecue. I'm just kidding. But oh my gosh, no! I had such a good thought. Hold on. The real me. Okay. My value is not dictated on my performance on the court, which is all I've been concerned about lately. It's all I've been concerned about. Which also I shouldn't worry about because I'm 5'6", and so like literally, if I'm not having a good shooting night, and I'm not like hitting every layup for me, my friend, is usually a tough layup. It's very difficult for me to get that open. Okay, I have to play tough, and I gotta get like scrappy shots, right? And dude, if stuff isn't falling, I'm kind of useless. It's just size matters. And now, yeah, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight of the dog or whatever. And yeah, but at the same time, I'm not going to college. Like, this isn't my life, so my whole value is not placed upon my on court performance, which is something I really had to step back from and go, oh my gosh, this is why I haven't felt like myself, because all I've thought about is me on the court for 3 days straight. Even at night, I haven't been sleeping good for this, like, because of this. Like, it's not good. It's not healthy, and it is anxiety. Something that I've always dealt with. It's hereditary, but I might make a video about anxiety more later. It affects me a lot. Again, it is hereditary, and so I've had it my whole life. But it's treated me differently through different many stages of my life. So it's an interesting thing. Anywho, I just thought that'd be interesting, and I shared that with you because the practices for me is what makes my life good. And as much as I love playing basketball, and I even more so love playing good, it's what I do off the court, but not just off the court, like behind the scenes, that makes me me. That makes me happy, makes me fulfilled. It's these videos, it's meditating, it's reading, it's eating healthy. Um, that's me. It's the self-discipline. That's what makes me feel so much more fulfilled than worrying about my performance on the court, and even more so, getting frustrated that my team is completely undersized. That is frustrating, man. It's because I don't know any big people. Like, I literally don't know a single person who could play center on a high school basketball team. I don't know a single person. I am the magnet of short people. This is a rant, but if I exist, then there are short people around me. And the tall people are 6 foot, maybe 6'2". That's not that tall, okay? So that's frustrating. But you see, I've been worrying about this too much. And again, it doesn't define me. My basketball performance doesn't define me, and yeah, it's this. It's the stuff I do in this room that defines me, for sure. It's a cool thought. So, all right. I hope you learned something from that. So, all right. I'll see you later. See ya.